High above the snow, a black shape circles. It's not hunting. It can't. A raven has no claws sharp enough, no jaw strong enough to bring down anything bigger than a mouse. And yet, this bird is about to help kill an animal 10 times its size. Not far below, a wolf pack moves through the trees. This isn't the first time these two animals have crossed paths today. It won't be the last. This is the story of one of the oldest partnerships in the animal kingdom, one that may have been shaping two very different species for tens of thousands of years. Ravens are among the most intelligent birds on Earth. Problem solvers, tool users, capable of remembering individual faces for years and planning several steps ahead. In captivity, ravens have been shown to outperform young children on certain reasoning tasks, but intelligence has never been enough to solve one basic problem. A raven can find food it cannot open. A dead elk, frozen solid in winter, might as well be made of stone to a bird with nothing but a beak. The raven can see the meal. It can smell it from over a mile away. Its sense of smell is far sharper than most people assume for a bird. But it simply can't get inside. So it does something remarkable. It goes looking for a wolf. Wolves are the opposite problem. Powerful jaws, capable of exerting well over 1,000 pounds of bite force, built to bring down animals many times their size. But a wolf pack can't be everywhere at once. Prey scattered across miles of forest and tundra is easy to miss, especially when deep snow muffles sound and blocks scent. This is where the raven earns its place. Circling high above the tree line, it has a view no wolf on the ground could ever get. Ravens can spot movement across enormous distances, and unlike wolves, they aren't limited by terrain. A raven can check a ridge, a frozen lake, and a valley floor in the time it takes a wolf pack to cross a single hillside. When it spots something, a weak or injured elk struggling in deep snow, a fresh carcass, even a pack of wolves already on a trail, it doesn't stay quiet. It dives low, calling loudly again and again, directly over the target. The wolves know exactly what that call means. They change direction almost immediately, moving toward the sound. Biologists who've spent years tracking wolf packs in places like Yellowstone have recorded this pattern over and over. Ravens actively guiding wolves toward prey they'd have taken far longer to find alone, sometimes cutting hunts short by hours. Some researchers have gone further, tracking individual ravens by radio tag and finding that certain birds seem to follow the same wolf pack for days or even weeks at a time, staying close enough to respond the moment a hunt begins, but far enough not to interfere. It isn't an accident, and it isn't one-sided, because once the wolves make the kill, the raven gets paid. A carcass torn open by powerful jaws is suddenly accessible to a bird that could never have opened it alone. The wolves feed first. The ravens wait at the edges, sometimes just feet away, remarkably unafraid. It's a strange scene. Apex predators and small black birds sharing a meal side by side, almost like old coworkers splitting a paycheck. And when the wolves have eaten their fill and moved on, there's still plenty left. The ravens move in fully, stripping the carcass clean over the following hours and days, often joined by other scavengers who arrive once the ravens have marked the location with their calls. In this way, a single kill by a wolf pack can end up feeding a much wider web of animals across the following days. Ravens first, then magpies, foxes, sometimes even golden eagles, all drawn in by a chain of events that started with one bird circling overhead. But the relationship goes deeper than one meal. Researchers have observed something even stranger near wolf dens in spring. Ravens don't just wait around adult wolves, they interact with the pups. Wolf pups, still clumsy, still learning, have been seen play chasing ravens near the den site, the birds hopping just out of reach, almost teasing them, then landing again nearby. Some observers have described ravens tugging playfully at a sleeping pup's tail, then hopping away before the pup can react, only to circle back and do it again minutes later. It looks less like predator caution and more like an actual game. Nobody is entirely sure why. It may simply be practice, pups sharpening reflexes on a safe, fast-moving target. But it suggests this partnership isn't purely transactional.
These two species have been circling each other's lives for a very long time. Not every encounter goes smoothly. Occasionally, a raven gets too bold, hopping in too close before the wolves are done feeding. A quick lunge, a scatter of black wings, and the raven regroups a few feet back, patient, unbothered, waiting for its moment. There's no anger held on to here. Just a boundary reestablished, and the routine continues exactly where it left off.
Sometimes it isn't the wolves who set the boundary, but the ravens themselves, deciding collectively when it's safe to move in closer. A single raven rarely approaches a fresh kill alone. It waits, calls, and within minutes, several more arrive. Safety in numbers, even around animals they already trust. This is another part of the partnership researchers have only recently started to understand. Ravens aren't just individually bold around wolves, they appear to coordinate as a group, using their calls to signal not just to the wolves, but to each other. As winter deepens and prey becomes harder to find, the bond between a wolf pack and its resident ravens tends to grow even tighter.
With fewer opportunities to feed, every advantage matters. And a hungry pack is far more likely to follow a raven's call without hesitation. On one particularly cold morning, a lone raven spots something the pack has missed entirely: a struggling elk separated from its herd, exhausted from wading through snow too deep to run through properly.
The raven doesn't approach the elk itself. There's nothing it could do even if it wanted to. Instead, it climbs higher, calling sharply, circling directly above the animal, marking the spot as clearly as any signal could. Nearly a mile away, the wolf pack picks up the sound and begins moving with purpose. What might have taken hours of searching or ended in a missed opportunity entirely is resolved in minutes. The hunt itself is short. Deep snow works against the elk far more than it works against the wolves, who move in practiced coordination, flanking, testing, waiting for an opening. Within minutes, it's over, and almost immediately, the raven that started it all descends, landing a cautious distance away, waiting for its share, exactly as it has, presumably, countless times before. This single hunt illustrates the entire relationship in miniature. A bird with information, but no way to use it. A pack with power, but limited reach. And a partnership old enough that neither species needs to think twice about how it works.
By late afternoon, the carcass is little more than bones. The wolves have moved off to rest, tucked into a sheltered hollow away from the wind, and the ravens, having taken their share, lift off the ground one by one, already scanning the horizon for whatever comes next.
This pattern repeats itself across the wolf's entire range, from the forests of the Pacific Northwest to the tundra of the Arctic Circle. Wherever wolves hunt, ravens are rarely far behind. Some researchers have even suggested that wolf packs without a resident raven population may hunt less efficiently overall, though this remains an active area of study. In the wild, an alliance doesn't need affection to survive. It just needs to keep working. And this one, wolf and raven, has been working for longer than almost any partnership on Earth, quietly shaping the story of two very different animals, one wing beat and one howl at a time.